Hi, you guys. Happy Tuesday. Happy storytelling. Um, so as you can see, I feel better. I've had 3 days of recovering from the flu, bed rest, and I woke up this morning feeling 1,000%. So far this year, I've been working a lot from Starbucks. So I have some fun stuff to share today. So come on in here, say hello. If you're watching the replay, say hello. Ask me questions. Um, Put on a mask to give yourself a fun look. Tap the magic wand to try one on. No. So I have, like I said, I've been working from Starbucks a lot lately. I started the year feeling as if I'm expanding my energy, my client list, my purpose, and really interested in making deeper connections, soul connections, creating community, which required me from moving outside my home office and into a community. So there's a Starbucks right down the street from me, and I've been working from there. So this morning I had this great call with Marie Parks and Jessica Honnard. She taught me how to say her last name, so I had to think of it and then say it. Jessica Honnard. And we're working on a collaboration for Q2 that involves strategy and story, a masterclass, a workshop. Beautiful call, lots of fun. And so I close out of my Zoom call, get back into my workflow. I'm jamming out on this e-blast I send out and send a test to myself, and I catch a spelling mistake. First of all, it's like icicles in Starbucks. Like my fingers are literally like frozen. It's so chilly. So I'm not surprised. I exchanged a couple letters rather in the word experience. So I go to make an edit in my e-blast format, and in walks Michael Phelps. And first of all, you guys, he's like my Olympian crush. His presence is super, super commanding in person, and really charismatic, very warm, humble. His energy is like really positive. And he looks over at the community table, starts talking to all of us, and my mind went like 1,000 miles away. I want to get the nerve up to ask him to do like a mini Facebook Live in here around the concept of sharing story and how vulnerable he was in his story throughout the last Olympics, moving out of one area of his life into another and kind of changing stories. I feel like he is a phenomenal storyteller, and I want to work the nerve up to ask him to do a live. But today wasn't that day. Today I was just like flabbergasted and totally forgot to go back and change the word experience, and so I sent it out. So some of you got an e-blast this morning with the word experience spelled wrong. Caught it, canceled the email, sent out a second one. So if you got the first e-blast with the wording mistaken, know that Michael Phelps is infused in that email somehow, some way. So Michael Phelps leaves. Somebody else sits down at my little community table at Starbucks, and I'm jamming out in my notebook, Live the Story You Want to Tell, and in my Surface Pro. So I got my earphones in, I'm like jamming in my music, and she kind of taps me, and she's like, "You have to be a writer." I'm like, "I love writers. How do you know I'm a writer?" And she's like, "Well, only a writer will have this going on and a Surface Pro going on." And then I have like my old school calendar. I'm writing notes in there too. And she's like, "So you're a writer. Tell me what you write." So my name's Carrie Severson. I'm a personal essayist. I write about my personal life for big media outlets. I also train women in the world on how to share their stories. I work a lot with the energy of story. I just start talking about myself and what I do. And I'm like, you must be a writer if you recognize a writer. And she's like, I am. I write for Inc. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, tell me about what you do. Really cool. Weekly columnist for Inc. She's not a personal essayist, so she's writing about entrepreneurs. And just like that, I made a new connection in this really vibrant, loving energy. And here's what it taught me, right? I was so busy in my own like day-to-day sort of jamming out my stuff. The spelling error with that Michael Phelps thing, my immediate thought was, shit. And then I was like, you know what? No. People who love and support me know I know how to spell this word. I'm just going to delete it, cancel it, change it, send it back out, and everything's fine. And my energy immediately flipped, right? And in walks this brand new, beautiful connection contact. And this is how writers work. We recognize one another. We immediately want to learn about each other, and then we start to network. So she took my card, and I hope she calls because I would love to learn more about what Inc. is looking for, and if I jive with it, and if I can write for them. And you know me, if I create a relationship, it tends to benefit my tribe. So all of that happened today at Starbucks. So I wanted to share that with you. It was really cool. But today, the little mini training I want to offer you in this live, I'm answering questions from Diane Joyner all week. She asked me 5 questions on Friday. So I'm answering a question a day. If you have questions that you'd like me to answer, please post them on the wall or feel free to post them here. She asked where to start as a contributor. So where to start as a contributor depends on 3 things. 1, your stories. 2, the type of writing you do. And 3, the media outlet. So first and foremost, define the kind of writing you want to do. Are you more journalistic in terms of you want to cover big, broad issues and you want to write from a non-biased perspective about how people can benefit from an overall theme, pulling in several sources rather, possible different angles? That's the journalistic approach. Are you a personal essayist where you're writing from your personal experiences? And I'm thinking you're meaning the term contributor in terms of media outlets like that. So that's the first thing you have to get good with is what kind of writing do you want to write? Are you a journalist or a personal essayist? The second one is the kinds of stories that you're writing. Each media outlet has different guidelines for how you become a contributor. And these days, so much is done online that a lot of those guidelines are actually on their website. So let's say that you're a health writer and you want to write for what's a good, women's health comes to mind, but you want to write for a smaller media outlet that is looking for, hey Karen, is looking for bigger story ideas on health food products, okay? You could probably cover that topic one of 2 ways as a personal essayist or as a journalist, so you have to figure out which way you want to go. Most of the time though, their contributor guidelines are going to be on their website. So look on their homepage, find a place, and then just simply follow it. They could be looking for you to submit your whole story, which online, which is simply, you writing 800 words, giving them your bio, your headshot, submitting everything online and hitting submit. If they like it, they'll take it, they'll publish it, and suddenly you're a contributor for that outlet. Super simple. Some of the bigger outlets like Good Housekeeping, for example, I'm trying to work with them, become a contributor for them. They're looking for you to pitch an idea that's pretty flushed out, and then a little wiggle room on how to develop it. So every outlet is going to vary. It really is you figuring out what you want to write and how you want to write it first, and then finding the outlets that match that energy and that style. So let me give you an example. A client of mine, Maria, we just finished up our 90-day package. We worked together one-on-one for 90 days. I'm pretty sure she's had 2 stories published, and we have 2 more in the pipeline to get her published, which is pretty average for clients I work with one-on-one. We got her started on identifying personal essays that she could write, got her clear on her audience first and foremost, which then allowed me to go out and match the energy of her story to the energy of her audience. And then in the middle of that, I was able to identify several different media outlets that was along that thread. We got her published in Better After 50. So Better After 50 was looking for the full uploaded final version. So it spotless in terms of the final edit. She's just going to literally cut and paste and publish it. And then once she became a contributor, she formed a relationship with the editor, and now the editor is simply looking for her to pitch story ideas to her personally. So it started on their website and then moved to a personal relationship, but now she's a contributor. So it's if you can find a way to get one story created from a very clear perspective, knowing who your audience is, you're going to find a media outlet in which will help you move forward as becoming a contributor. So the question comes back to you. What do you want to write, and how do you want to write it? Answer those 2 questions first, and you'll be able to figure out who your audience is from there, and you'll find a media outlet to match it. As always, you guys, you are more than welcome to book a 30-minute connection call with me at callwithcarrie.com, and Carrie is Carrie. If you're looking for an easy way to start, personal essay writing, storytelling your way to success.com is my introductory storytelling course. If you're looking for more guidance on how to pitch these things, go to pitchingandpublishing.com. So ask me questions. What would you like me to answer next week? I'm in here live tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday answering Diane's questions. And I wish you a beautiful day. Happy storytelling.